Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Ram Singh, thank you for putting my picture up there. I feel embarrassed by looking at it and being in. Those people got elected by, I guess, thousands and thousands of people. I got elected by 35,000 doctors in California. So compared to Steve Cho and where is Bob? Running for city council, how many people will vote? Have a chance to vote for either one of you, potentially? Yeah, 70,000. 70,000. You're hoping majority of them come your way, but you know, compared to that, the election I ran for, which was unanimous, was in a very small professional group. But we all individually stand on a lot of shoulders, and Ram Singh. We stand on the shoulders of our community that nurtured us, gave us our bearings, gave us our culture, gave us the confidence with which we live. And so we stand, each one of us, on the shoulders of our entire community. We stand always on the shoulders of our families. Our families take care of us in time of need, whether it is emotional need, financial need, need for food. Certainly our parents do a lot of that. And we stand on the shoulders of our community leaders. And Ram is one of those people that I think we all stand on the shoulders of. So first of all, I'd like to thank Ram for thinking of Scope and for putting this evening together. Now, as a community, individually, we are all doing what I would consider reasonably well, maybe not as well as we'd expect some days in this stock market and with the present economic situation, because of the simple reason. We have good work ethics, we work hard, we look at the future, we've had the right nourishing from our community to individually do well. But we have to also do collectively well, and that's what Scope is all about. We live in this country in what we all call a participatory democracy. It is a democracy for those who participate and get their voice heard. If you don't participate, you may as well have a dictator, but it's almost never that bad, because some other people elect some good people to run the democracy for you. But to get your voice heard, you have to participate. And participation ultimately in this country means representing yourself, either by electing your own representatives, which is harder for a small community to do, or more likely than that, have the future mayor and the city council member and a board member in our community who are going to be our representatives into the future to understand our needs, and to even make them understand our needs, and they want to understand our needs. Let me tell you, all your elected representatives want to. Pete Stark wants to know if we have a problem in his district, and he's our congressman. You don't really need necessarily your own congressman, but he's not going to know about our problems if we don't have Ram Singh and group go and talk to him about the issues. He actually called me after the meeting and said, "Doc, are you having a problem?" And I told him that I was at a certain airport, what they did to me. And so he got that input, and he went ahead and wrote to the TSA within a day and informed me that he had done that. So we need to participate, and to participate and represent yourself, you need an organization. And an organization like Scope is very essential. Now let me ask you a question. Maybe I'll ask the politicians here. What is the one thing that is most important to politicians? Steve, as a member of the city council, or Bob, what would you say?
To represent the community.
You want to represent everyone.
Information about the community.
You want to hear from the community. Let me tell you what I think. I think the politicians, the thing that they fear the most is really the fear factor. And the fear factor in the politicians is when they get 100 letters from their potential voters telling them they have done wrong. The fear factor is the firefighters sending out, or the police members of Fremont, who are very respected in our community, sending out a mailer saying, "Don't vote for Mahal because he's done bad in the past." You know, that's the fear factor in politics is huge. And I'm not saying that that's what we need to go after, but really they want you to participate, and they will not do things that you don't agree with if they know that you're organized and that you're representing yourself and you're representing yourself. Because no politician wants to do anything that the community does not agree with. For the most part, you know, especially in issues that you brought up. I'm not talking about real estate development or issues of that nature, but issues of personal nature, issues of faith, issues of belief systems, etc. All politicians want to support everyone in their community. And so I personally very strongly urge everyone to participate in scope. Money runs this system, whether you like it or not. It takes money to run for office. It takes money to run political systems. And if you form a political organization, a PAC, and collect money and have collective money, we all individually give money to politicians. I certainly have done so over the years. But if you do it in a collective way, it has more impact, it has more recognition, it has more feedback. Those politicians would want to come back to us and speak to us. So I fully support what you're doing, and I wish the group would go forward and have a PAC. It should be apolitical. It should be based on the needs of the community. And the last thing I'd like to say is that we should not, as if ever one of us gets elected, to represent just our community. We are members of the larger community here, and we need to represent everyone. We need to represent not only our children, but we need to represent the children that they go to school with and that they play with in the playground. We need to represent the needs of the playground as well. So with that, I thank you very much all for coming, and thank you for letting me speak.